This is a video on the outside ISO, and there are two ways that I get into it, but let's go over this one. This one is, I use the other way usually, but I think this one might be a little bit easier at first. So the first thing that I want you to notice is that when you're doing this, so just practice this, and when you're doing this, if you stop, there's a moment where the hoop stops before it falls, and that is the important moment and thing about the outside ISO. So you're going to utilize the fact that the hoop is not falling right away, and in that moment you take your hand and you rotate it underneath. So it's about here, and then I let go, and as I'm letting go, I just rotate my hand over, and then when it comes over here, I grab the hoop again, and then I'm back to here. So we're here, and whoo, let go and roll. Wow. And that is what happens if you don't go down far enough and you go over before you go down. So you push the hoop with your hand, and that happens a lot with my left hand. And that is also why I recommend a smaller hoop when you're trying this the first time. And I never got this until I got my 28s, because before I had 32s, and yeah, I had 32s and above, and it was hard, and I never got it, it never clicked. And then I tried it with my 28 and it just clicked. And I think part of it is that it's small enough and I don't have to reach as far. So I do recommend a little bit smaller of a hoop. I'm sure if it's too small, I guess it works. I don't ever do ISOs with my minis because I don't use my minis very much. I should. The other way, so that's way one, like this. The other way is to start with an inside ISO, and this is a little fancier in the hand movements, but it's fun. So about here, I take my fingers out and leave my thumb in. And then my thumb is what's guiding the motion the entire time until I get about here, which is like the same place as before. And then when I get here, it's doing the same thing as before, where it does that stop before it falls. So my thumb goes in, and it stops before it falls. I can't exaggerate it as easily, but it does. And in that moment is when I take my, take my fingers, take my thumb out, put my fingers down. And again, make sure you're going low enough. And then you could just go like this, I guess, but I usually end this one by sticking my thumb back in and then like rolling my hand back in to get back into an ISO. But you could just go into that, and then you could do two at once. Wah, or not. Let's do it again. Ah. I don't ever do those two back to back. So that is the outside ISO, and I hope these tips on it help.